Level 1, the newborn. You arrive screaming into a world with no hospitals. No doctor catches you, no nurse cleans you. The woman who just gave birth to you is already back on her feet within hours because the tribe cannot stop moving for anyone. Your survival odds right now are roughly 50%. 4 out of 10 children born into a tribe like this will not see their 5th birthday. You are not special yet. You are a burden. You consume resources and produce nothing. The tribe watches you carefully, not with love, with calculation. Can this child survive the winter? Can this child keep up when we move camp? If the answer looks like no, the tribe's response is quiet, practical, and brutal. You have one job right now. Survive long enough to become useful. Level 2, the child.
You made it past 3 winters. This matters. You are now an investment. The tribe begins putting resources into you that it expects to get back. You wake up and immediately start working. Not playing, working. Anthropologist David Lancy spent decades studying children in traditional societies. What he found was that by age 5, children in hunter-gatherer groups were already contributing meaningfully to camp life, collecting firewood, carrying water, watching younger children so adults could hunt. There is no childhood in the modern sense. There is only a smaller version of adult life. You learn by watching, not by being taught. No one sits you down and explains how to start a fire. You watch it done 1,000 times, and then one day you just do it. By 8 years old, a Hadza boy can be sent out alone with a bow and expected to return with food. By 8, you have no excuse to be useless.
If you want to find out what happens when you reach the highest rank and why it might be the most dangerous position of all, make sure you are subscribed because this gets darker. Level 3, the gatherer. Most people in the tribe spend their entire life here. You are not a hunter. You are not a warrior. You are a gatherer. You wake before sunrise with a group of women, older children. You walk 5 to 8 miles before noon. You dig roots. You identify plants. You carry everything back on your back. You are also the reason nobody starves. Anthropologist Marlowe spent years studying the Hadza, Tanzania. He found that hunters, the ones celebrated around the fire every night, provided only 30 to 40% of the tribe's actual calories. The gatherers provided the rest every single day, reliably, without drama. You are the most important person in the tribe. Everyone knows it. Nobody says it. The hunters get the stories. You get the survival rate. Your position in the tribe is stable. You will eat. You will be protected. You will grow old here, but you will never be feared. You will never be celebrated. And when the tribe gathers at night to tell stories about great deeds, your name will not come up. You decide if that bothers you. Level 4, the hunter. You got lucky with genetics. You are fast. You can track. You can run for 6 hours without stopping. Now everyone knows your name.
The hunter's life is deceptively glamorous. You leave camp at dawn with the men. You track animals across terrain that would destroy a modern person's body within hours. You use every tool, fire, strategy, terrain, collective intelligence to take down animals that outweigh you by thousands of pounds. Lawrence Barham's research on persistence hunting shows that a successful hunt required maintaining a complex mental model, updated in real time. The animal's fatigue level, the terrain ahead, the position of other hunters spread across the landscape, the wind direction every minute. Your brain during a hunt is running calculations that modern neuroscientists compare to playing simultaneous chess matches while running a marathon. When you return with a kill, the camp transforms. Fire is built higher. Voices get louder. Children run toward you. But here is what they do not tell you about being the hunter. You come home empty-handed most days. Marlowe's data shows that on any given day, most hunters return with nothing. You walked 20 miles. You tracked a wounded kudu for 4 hours. You lost it at the river. You come back to camp in silence. The gatherers already fed everyone.
Level 5, the elder. You survived long enough to be old. In a world where the average lifespan rarely crossed 40, reaching 50 means something specific. It means you did something right. You made good decisions. You read danger correct. You knew when to fight and when to disappear. Now, tribe needs your brain more than your body. You remember the last drought. You know which roots are edible when the game disappeared. You remember the route your father's father used to find water in the dry season. You are a living library. Anthropologist Kim Hill's research on the Aceh people of Paraguay found that having grandparents in the group, specifically grandmothers, dramatically increased the survival rate of children. Not because they hunted, not because they gathered as much as they used to, but because they knew things nobody else knew yet. You are expensive to feed and slow to move, but the tribe will carry you before it loses you, because losing you means losing everything you remember. And memory, in a world with no writing, is the most valuable
valuable thing that exists. The next rank is where things get complicated, where power becomes dangerous, where the people closest to you become the biggest threat. Stay with me. Level 6, the shaman.
You exist outside the normal hierarchy entirely. You are not the strongest. You are not the fastest. You are the one who understands what cannot be seen. The shaman's role across ancient human cultures was documented extensively by anthropologist Mircea Eliade in the 1950s. In virtually every pre-agricultural society studied, one figure held the position of interpreter between the physical and the unseen world. You treat illness with plants that actually work. Modern pharmacologists have confirmed that over 25% of current pharmaceutical drugs are derived from plants used by traditional healers for thousands of years. You manage fear. When a child dies and the tribe does not understand why, you provide an explanation that allows them to continue functioning. You give suffering a structure. You make randomness feel navigable. You are also dangerous to challenge. The chief controls your body. You control the tribe's mind. Both of you know it. Neither of you says it. You live slightly apart from the main camp. People approach you carefully. You are the most untouchable person in the tribe and the loneliest. Level 7, the warrior. There is a second tribe 3 days walk from here. They have been moving closer to your water source. Your chief calls you.
You are not a hunter anymore. You are something harder. You are the person the tribe sends when the situation has moved past negotiation. You know how to read terrain for ambush. You know how to move in groups through darkness without sound. You know how to end things quickly. Archaeological evidence of prehistoric warfare found at sites like Crow Creek in South Dakota, where over 500 skeletal remains showed clear evidence of violent conflict, tells us that intertribal violence was not rare. It was a recurring feature of ancient human life. You are the response to that reality. The tribe feeds you first, protects you first, because without you, there is no tribe. But something changes in a person who does what you do. The historians who have studied warrior roles across ancient cultures note a consistent pattern. The warrior is celebrated and feared simultaneously, trusted with the tribe's survival, never fully trusted with anything else. You sleep on the edge of camp, not because you were told to, because that is where you feel comfortable now. Level 8, the chief. You did not ask for this position, or maybe you did, and you spent 10 years engineering every decision to get here. Either way, you are here now.
You are the chief. Anthropologist Christopher Boehm spent decades studying leadership in hunter-gatherer societies and found something that should unsettle every modern assumption about power. In the vast majority of these groups, the chief is not the dominant alpha. The chief is the person the group has decided to tolerate. The moment you act like a tyrant, the tribe solves the problem. They leave. In a world where every adult can pack their entire life in under an hour and walk to another camp, your authority is entirely dependent on whether people choose to follow you. The moment they stop choosing, you are just one person standing in an empty camp. You manage through reputation, through demonstrated competence, through generosity. Boehm found that the most effective chiefs in traditional societies were the ones who gave away the most: food, resources, status. The chief who hoarded was mocked first, then ignored, then replaced. Your power is real. It is also entirely borrowed. Every decision you make is watched, judged, remembered. When the hunt fails 3 weeks in a row, they look at you. When the child dies of something that looked like it should have been preventable, they look at you. When the other tribe sends a threat, they look at you. You are responsible for everything that happens to 30 people every single day, with no one above you to blame and no one below you who is obligated to stay. This is what the firelight and the deference and the first cut of the meat actually cost. Everything. Level 9, the outcast. You broke something that could not be fixed. Maybe you stole from the communal food supply. Maybe you attacked someone you should not have. Maybe you simply became impossible to be around, aggressive, unstable, a drain on the group's collective energy. The tribe did not hold a trial. There was no court, no prison sentence, no formal punishment. One morning, you woke up and the camp was gone. Researcher Christopher Boehm documented what he called leveling mechanisms in hunter-gatherer societies, the social tools groups use to control dangerous individuals: mockery, ostracism, gossip that traveled to every camp within a day's walk, and in the final case, when all else failed, quiet removal. The outcast in a hunter-gatherer world was not sent to prison. The outcast was returned to the wilderness, alone, without fire, without community, without the cooperative hunting and gathering that made human survival possible. The
average human being dropped alone into the Pleistocene wilderness without social support had a life expectancy measured in days. The tribe did not need to kill you. It simply stopped protecting you. Every rank in this hierarchy still exists, not in tribes, in offices, in families, in every group of humans that has ever gathered in one place. If you want to understand which rank you occupy right now and what that means, the next video is already waiting for you. Subscribe, because the next one is about something even more uncomfortable.